Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Time Sweeps podcast. I'm Gary.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Wyatt, and this week we're going to be talking about Star Wars Celebration and our review of the first 2 episodes of Kenobi.
And we're back.
Things are gonna get copyrighted. Ooh, things are gonna get flagged.
Oh.
I was going to say, on that note, that new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, people are finally starting to get on it and ride it, and they say that it's mildly sickening.
Really?
They're like, I got severe motion sickness, and it's like, well,
Wow.
now I want to ride it.
Nah, me too.
I was going to say, indoor roller coaster that sits 4 people in like a weird pod thing. Yeah, I kind of like those. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
I don't fit on.
No, trust me, I feel like you'll fit on this thing, because it's not like a normal pod.
Like,
You're going to fit in it, I promise.
that's what she said.
I stand by my point.
Anyway, so we're gonna talk about some Star Wars things today, right?
Yeah, do we want
Star Wars Celebrations came out.
Yeah, do we want to start with all the stuff that was in Celebration, or just go for Kenobi for time value sake to make sure our audience pays attention to us?
Sure.
So Kenobi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi started on Friday, the 27th.
Star Wars Episode 3.5 started.
Yep.
3.5. Like, it is like more digits.
It's technically 3.5.
Yeah, it literally picks up at Order 66.
Well, see, like me being like, so I watched the first couple episodes and like completely forgot about like the whole thing. Like, how does Leia even know who Obi-Wan is in episode 4?
That entire part of the movie that was consequential
Help me,
to
Obi-Wan.
everything.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're my only hope.
How do you know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is? How have you ever heard of that person? Well, now we're learning how she knows who that person is, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
And it adds weight to the fact of why she named her son after him.
right.
Yeah.
Like, before, he was just a dude who worked with her father. And it makes sense now why she addressed him like that, because she done grown up. She's not really the little kid that he met before, so
Right.
like,
And wasn't it in Legends that it was Luke that named his son Ben?
yeah, it was
Because it was supposed to like stress the connection that they had and the weird. I kidnapped you when you were 20, and now you're going to go fight in a radical war against the space government.
He was 19.
He was 20.
He was 19.
20. It is dead set 20. He was 20 years old.
breakfast.
It was 20 years.
I have a
after
Star Wars
Revenge of the
book,
Sith.
and it has Luke, Ezra,
Is
and
it-
Anakin all next to each other in 3 squares, and it says Luke was the oldest out of the 3 to start learning the ways of the Force at 19.
That is wrong. I hate that.
Ezra was 15,
Because
and then
by the
Anakin
time
was
that
9.
he was supposed to meet Yoda, he should have been 23. It was supposed to be 3 years in universe between each movie. That's the way it was originally. And I swear to God, if Disney changed it. What year was this book printed, Gary?
Like middle school, dog.
So
like,
Disney owned it.
It's a old book, bruh.
That's
Oh.
still newer than the way it used to be. The way it should be.
Anyway,
Because that was a big thing in the comic. Like, that was a big thing. That in between each movie, it took 3 years, and that's what it was supposed to be in universe, was 3
Yeah.
years. Because there was all the stuff that happened with, like, the comics where they were looking for Han Solo. Wrong. He should be 20. And also, if that's Screen Rant, that's even more of a place that, like, no.
I don't know.
But, so Kenobi picks up with him having some nightmares. We see an Order 66 sequence, and it looks like those clones are physical armor. Like, that's actual dudes in
Yeah.
suits. Or just really good CGI.
No.
Either way, it looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
everything that I hoped for when I was like, what year was that? 2005?
Yeah. I really wanted those kids that were like running along watching everyone die. I really wanted those kids to just be like running down that hallway, and then Anakin just is like,
Oh, just
"What's up?" Like, "What's up, dog?" Like, and then just kills them all.
like the nightmare sequence of being chased by Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Or we could
Oh.
would have been cool if there was like a parallel. So like they just like ran in, there was a dark hallway, and then instead of like it was like a Rogue One
and
thing,
the
but
blue
the blue
lightsaber,
lightsaber ignites.
that would actually be kind of fun to see.
Dude.
but it's a bunch of children.
And it's Disney.
Instead of rebel soldiers, it's children.
I was gonna say they might have to end the sequence a little earlier, just so everyone's comfortable.
Yeah, just so we don't see like them getting chopped in half.
So yeah.
If they're all over the age of 15, apparently it's fine.
The more you know.
I was gonna say that's how old that one kid was when he got shot in the face by those clone troopers by saving Bail Organa.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he was. Wasn't he around like 15? I don't know. He looks 15. Let's put it that way.
Oh, well, this clip, I don't know if it resurfaced or if it's new, because I've never seen it before. I saw this clip on TikTok, and they were doing a Star Wars panel, and Obi-Wan and the kid who played Boba in the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
Or second movie, Attack of the Clones, whatever.
Daniel Logan.
Yeah. He was on stage, and he's like, they were talking about how that scene where like he gets introduced to Obi-Wan, and he's kind of like George was really having a rough time like getting him to make a disgusted, like suspicious face. And Obi-Wan leans down Ewan McGregor, he's like, when I come through the door, act like I've done a terrible fart. He said he did it, and it worked.
I did a terrible fart.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked.
And the rest is history for like 5 minutes.
Yep. It's actually really cool that he came back for Lego Star Wars. That kid.
Right. And it'd be nice if he came back for other like regular Boba Fett stuff.
Yeah.
Because
he's not.
he
He's
might
like,
be.
how old is he? He's like 30 something.
Yeah.
Late 20s.
What would be a closer age to being, Boba Fett at this time in his life? Putting that out there.
Yeah.
Tamora
Well,
Morrison's
speaking
60.
of Boba, we got to see Tamora Morrison in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, episode 2 of Obi-Wan. So like we're going around a lot with this.
Oh well.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it like it's one thing.
Yeah. I mean, they were released together, so.
Yeah, and the whole thing altogether is
They were
almost the
released
length of like
early.
a decent length movie. Yeah, but for like 30 minutes ish to our time zone.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, it'll be 2 a.m. our zone." It's like, it's just, all right then. I don't think that's true, but all right.
Yeah, it was released like 11.
It was about like 11:38. I get a text message or snap in bed, and Connor's just like, "Oh, Kenobi's out. Go watch it." And I was like, "Bet."
I'd been asleep for like 4 hours
Well,
already.
yeah, but you work.
Yeah,
nights.
you work at like 3 a.m. or get ready at 3
when I got to work, I watched both episodes. I watched both episodes at work.
I want to tell this to Connor because I meant to say something earlier. So I'm not going to say the context that I gave you because on recording at least.
Oh.
That I woke up and my phone was like I had horrible stomach pain. And I like got up and ran, grabbed my phone off the floor because I heard it hit the floor, and I was just I need to run, and like I noticed my phone's calling Gary, and I don't know how because I was on YouTube. So phone hit the floor, something happened, calling Gary, hang up, he's calling back, and I'm like, I'm good, I apologize, I didn't mean to call you, it hit my foot. And then it's just like nothing else, and then I was like, gave context, and I was like, why did I do it? Anyway.
I mean, I was up, so it's not
yeah,
like
he was up like perfectly fine.
like it's not like you woke me up or anything.
You were just like, what the hell?
I was like, why is Wyatt dead?
I was gonna say,
Is this a
something's
ransom
happening.
Is this a ransom caller?
I was
Like,
gonna say he's getting mugged
hello?
I have a very particular set of skills.
because as soon as he called back, it was like instant, just hang up. Wasted no time.
Jesus.
I was like, well, F me, right?
I still don't know how it called you, because I literally shot out of bed, looked down at my phone after picking it up, scooping it off the floor, just like, you know how the ranker grabs at things,
Yeah.
and it's like super awkward.
Yeah.
That's what I did to my phone. Just whoosh, and then going around the corner.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, hang up. Oh, go away. Not the time.
Not the time. Okay, anyway, back to Obi-Wan.
So yeah, the first episode he's on Tatooine and he's
Yeah,
working
he's
as
working.
They're getting their money's worth off of that set. God damn.
I mean, smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
And they
It's
got
a
a lot of
Manta,
them.
Manta something. He's working at a.
giant manta ray.
They're harvesting this meat off this dead beast.
Yeah, it's a meat processing plant.
Yeah.
However,
Circa 1862.
yeah, and it's like a giant sand manta ray
Yeah.
on its side.
What's the things from Dune?
Sandworms?
It's a sand ray.
Sand ray?
Yeah.
A sand?
A worm ray.
Worm ray. Me.
I do not have a rebuttal for that. I had like an entire thought process. I was gonna say something all about Kenobi and
a gun that
Worm
shoots,
Ray.
A gun that shoots worms.
Well, and then the Inquisitors show up on Tatooine, and they're like, "There's a Jedi hidden here."
Whoa.
Yeah, and one lady's like fixated on Obi-Wan, so you think that
I don't.
she's
like
after
her.
Obi-Wan. I don't understand why she's after Obi-Wan.
She has to be like.
I think
She
the
has
actress
a hard
is.
on for Vader.
That's what I'm thinking.
What if she's like Vader's apprentice, and like this is him testing her? So like,
I'm thinking that like,
well, because you know the whole point.
what if
literally the
she
whole point?
thinks she's
Also,
Vader's
how does
apprentice
she know
and
who
he
Anakin
doesn't care?
is?
Right. There are so many questions I have.
All Inquisitors were in the Jedi Order before
but
they became Inquisitors.
how does she know that that's Anakin?
But that's like like the best kept secret.
Yeah, but like you could feel you have connections through the Force to one another.
But did she ever meet Anakin to know what his energy feels like? You see what I'm saying?
Maybe she was.
I mean, I think if you feel, you could feel
hold up.
fit like a 26,000 midichlorian
Maybe
count.
maybe she was one of the younglings.
That was the entire sequence at the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah.
She wasn't one of them.
There was one. The rest of them. There was only one black
I
girl.
feel like
I'm
she's
saying
too. I
that.
feel like she's too. Like
By that time, she looks like she'd be too old. But
Old.
that has to be the origin, or else why would they give that entire sequence focusing on that one girl?
and Anakin wasn't about taking some younglings to train them the ways of the dark side.
That's what I'm saying.
So
And like the
no
Grand
way.
Inquisitor was once upon a time a Jedi Temple guard.
right,
And he just was like, you know what, I'm done. Flip.
right.
So like if she was raised in the Inquisitorium or whatever they call it, one, how'd she survive?
Where's
Order
that one lady
66?
that was in Rebels?
One lady that was in Rebels.
The second Inquisitor, the girl who's always with the guy with the helmet.
Oh, I don't know where she is.
Like, cause she was like a big deal. She had like that helmet.
the funny looking helmet.
Yeah, like the pointy one.
And I don't know where she is.
She was dope.
And then you also have like the other Inquisitor that appeared in Rebels, who he got.
Yeah.
Maul destroyed him. Because when they go to
I don't remember that one. I only remember the Grand Inquisitor and then those two.
there
Because
was
they were like-
there was a third one who purposely he was just mincemeat for Darth Maul.
They were like, "Hey, yo, we got the Grand Inquisitor. Heck yeah!" And then they were like, "Next season, oh, there's two Inquisitors after us now."
Yeah, the Grand one's dead, but now there's two other ones.
Yeah,
He's exploded.
that was
Speaking of which,
honestly really really good lightsaber fight between Kanan and the Grand Inquisitor when
Right.
he's using both like his and Ezra's lightsaber.
I feel like Kenobi is a good way to segue into like talking about Rebels and how I think it's underserved in terms of like Star Wars itself.
Yeah.
Of course,
And
I would agree.
And I'm worried that what they did in the most recent Kenobi stuff, the Grand Inquisitor is stabbed by the, I don't know which sister she
third
is.
sister.
third
Sister, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense because wasn't the girl after you in Fallen Order? The
I
third,
thought- that's what I thought.
Or she was the second sister.
Is that what she is?
Yeah, because then the big one is the fifth sister.
Okay.
So maybe she was the second sister, right? Because then we all know what happens to her at the
Oh,
end of that
right.
game.
And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen to the third sister at the end of the series. That like she's going to tell him it's like Obi-Wan's here, and he's like, I see. You chased my prey.
I know.
You got in my way.
Well, and Obi-Wan, like, how did Obi-Wan know exactly where to go to get his lightsaber out of this middle of the desert?
The Force.
I was going to say, I'm just assuming he just knows what he's doing.
I think sand shifts.
to a certain degree.
Not as awful as water, of course, but like it still shifts around.
It's going to move further. It's weird. Sand movement. It depends on the type. There's a lot
But
of
he still has
variables.
we know he still has Anakin's lightsaber,
Right.
but like it was cool to see both of them.
Also, it has the bubble switch on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He modified it and then buried it.
I don't know. They're just doing what
Like-
they need to do.
Because the whole point of
I
like the
love
bubble
those-
switch was to help Luke with his training.
I love all those memes
I
where
think
it's
the
like,
bubble switch is there so that way they were like, consistency of some kind.
Fair.
have you seen the memes where it's like watching Obi-Wan and it's like it's a picture of the box with the two lightsabers in it, and then it's like a kid like, why does Obi-Wan have Rey's lightsaber? And then it's just a dad like smacking his kid like
Wrong.
So I really get annoyed when people are like, that's Rey's lightsaber. I legitimately like get annoyed
Well, do you
with
think
that.
it's Luke's or Anakin's?
I think it's Luke's because he was the first person to use it.
Right.
That's
but
how
Anakin
I know it. But it's
made it.
Anakin's lightsaber.
Anakin made it. And even in the original trilogy, they're like, this was your father's lightsaber.
Right.
Like,
Because I just gotten so used to it, like, as a child, being like, oh, it's Luke's.
oh, yeah, Luke's. Yeah, there's Luke's.
Because even then, it's just like,
Well, me, I
Luke's
associate
lightsaber. But when you
Luke with
say
that green
Rey's, I don't know.
one,
It's
you
like,
know, with
Yeah.
his
Right.
Obi-Wan,
and
Qui-Gon
that's why I think that
mix-up.
easier it's now to be like, oh, Anakin saber.
Yeah.
But now it's like sometimes it'll be called like the Skywalker saber, which I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
The Skywalker / Palpatine one.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
because she's not a Skywalker.
Silence.
That's a story for a different.
Well, that's not even her lightsaber anymore.
Right.
She defiled it and stole parts from it to make her own one. Man. I will say I do like Rey's lightsaber, though. I kind of wish she got it like before the end of the movie.
Yeah, before the last literal
5 seconds.
45 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see like more. I don't like the yellow lightsaber. However, I'm a sucker for pretty colors.
Yeah. They just did it, I think, to make her different.
I mean, yeah.
Well, and she probably was like, there was probably just a yellow crystal out there in circulation somewhere. Because, like,
Ilum's gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
It became Starkiller Base and it's
Yeah.
gone.
That makes me sad.
It's funny.
It really is frustrating. I mean,
I think I said it on the
there has to be
podcast.
other planets too.
Yeah.
I think I said it on the podcast before. Like, if we were in the Jedi Council, Jedi Order at the height, and like two of us would have had to get the same color, like I would have became a Jedi guard, like just to get a yellow one, just so we had all different colors.
Oh,
Well,
just
like,
be a guard just so that way
the
you're
guard-
different.
Just so I'm different.
So the guard only served for like a certain amount of time.
Well, I think they choose how long they serve for.
Oh, is it like the Tomb of the Unknown?
I think so.
Okay.
At least
Temple
I'm
guard.
not sure because they just kind of sometimes they're there,
Mm.
and it's not really expanded upon anymore because Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really even see them all that much until Rebels, and we didn't even see them all that much then.
It was literally like one of the final seasons of Clone Wars where we really got to see them doing their thing.
Right.
Because that's when it mattered was Jedi police.
Yeah.
Take care of Ahsoka Tano. And boom, they were there to take care of it. But yeah, on the Kenobi series, we got a bunch of new stuff. Like we see young Luke. He's about 10 years
Mhm.
old, and he looks like he's older than
And
that.
he
We
has
get
that.
10-year-old Princess Leia.
We see Obi-Wan.
Who looks younger than that?
She looks like she's 7.
I was gonna say like 5. She looks
does
like
not look like a
she-
5-year-old.
Yeah, she looks like Quinn, my sister, bro. She looks the same age as my sister,
Isn't she 7?
and she's 6. Like,
I stand
What?
my ground.
So search up Kenobi and like the age, because I imagine she's probably 10, just really short.
Well, it's like the face to me.
yeah,
Like
I don't know, but
short's one
she's
thing, 'cause
she's
Carrie
like,
Fisher was already shorter than everybody, so that like
Well-
I'm like whatever.
but like she has like she's pretty smart for a young
you
actress.
got Luke, who's a farm boy, who's probably just like, I know about moisture evaporators, and then she's over here. It's like, we
I'm
need
gonna
to
be a
commit
senator.
political espionage.
Oh my god, it was so funny watching her run away from those kidnappers. those
Dude,
kidnappers.
they were horrible kidnappers. She's just like running and like
She
going,
run like a Lego person.
and she's also doing like the most like, oh, here's a stick, I'm gonna go under it, and then like this kidnapper's just like,
I can't go there.
I can't move the stick, dude. And it's like a stick that it's like I've moved bigger sticks in my yard just because it was in my way and I'm wanting to go in one direction.
Right.
In my own yard. This bounty hunter that's trying to like, track down a child for who knows how many credits. She's like, can't do it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, and how did she know that? How does the girl know that that's Anakin's daughter? And why doesn't she
Actually,
tell him?
I don't think she knew that.
She said that.
Did she?
She said
Because
he's
I
the
remember
daughter of his apprentice.
I don't remember that part because I thought she was talking about, oh, this is the daughter of someone he had an association with. And I thought she was referring to Bail Organa because Obi-Wan and Organa
Maybe.
were
Yeah.
well seen together. That's why he was like,
We'll have to rewatch the episode.
you can take the child. It's fine.
Yeah, it was like something like we found an association between him and Bail Organa.
That's what I thought
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
But to be fair, I'm still not over when I turned on episode 2. It completely went past the clone trooper part.
Really?
I'm not over that. I had to go back and find that because when I was watching it the first time, you like messaged me and was like, Tamura. And I was like, where? There is no Tamura here. There is no Boba.
And you had a fight over if he was gray or blue.
That's also because of the angle of my TV and where I was laying.
I was like, I watched the episode and I was like, I have no idea where this confusion came from because that's the bluest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because like I'm on the other side of my room, just like slouched back, TV's slightly more above my eye line. I was like, that looks really gray. Sit up more. It's like, oh, it's blue. It's like,
Do you have a
6 inches
CRT or
difference?
something?
No, it's like okay.
Is it a crappy TV?
It's a relatively affordable TV.
Gotcha. So yeah.
It's a Roku TV,
It's a-
but it's like one of the smaller ones. So
Mhm.
you know, like how if
Okay.
you're on your laptop screen and you look at it at a funny angle, things still don't look like the right
Yo-
color.
I mean, I have a pretty good laptop screen.
I guarantee if you look at that from a weird angle,
Well, yeah, but
a
like,
color is going to be different.
yeah. On
That's what I'm
on
talking
any
about.
Screen, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Connor.
Yeah, but it's
'cause-
not. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Anyway, Obi-Wan gets her back
Yeah, Obi-Wan gets to
after
the girl.
she runs away from Obi-Wan too.
Yeah, after a
She's like, I don't believe that you're a Jedi.
she runs off, and it's just like, this is your one salvation.
And you're gonna run away from it on a
You-
planet you've
you
never
will
been
die.
to.
Some Trandoshan's gonna kidnap you and like, I don't know, eat you.
Probably.
My brother got into an argument with me at 2:00 in the morning on if this one. There's like a dinosaur-looking guy, and he's like, I think that's a Trandoshan. I was like, his head looks like a Velociraptor. It's like it looks like a Jurassic Park dinosaur. It looks like the Mario movie.
I really like how like
it looks
because
like
like
Bowser in the Mario movie.
I
We got
really,
into an
I
argument
really
about
like
it.
the subtle detail in Boba where that they brought the Wookiee pelts as an offering
Yeah,
for
And
Boba because like they had the Wookiees and them have like,
Trandoshans. They're
they're-
huge war between each other.
Mhm. And it's considered in Trandoshan like culture that like if you have a Wookiee pelt like you are high
Yeah, you did good.
like you're high like esteemed like
and then
1%.
Wookiees are like, listen,
Wookiees
we're
are
gonna
like,
kill as
I'm
many
gonna-
Trandoshans as we can.
Well, and that's why Chris Anton beat them up
Oh yeah,
in the bar there.
and it was one of my. That's my favorite scene in the entire show. I'm fully serious that him just literally ripping the arms off
Yeah.
of a Trandoshan. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, when they said pulling your arms out of sockets, I don't think this is what they meant, but
I'm here for it.
I'll allow it.
Well, they can pull their arm. That's them restraining themselves.
I'm
They-
just saying.
They have the ability to rip your arms off your torso.
That brings me. I had a few Wookiee questions I want to throw out there for you. I feel like we're getting off from Kenobi, and we're going to cover more of the show as we go on. So after this, I think I can talk about more of the stuff that we saw at Star Wars Celebration,
Yeah.
fill you in on some of the stuff you missed and some of
Yeah.
what you saw. I wanted to ask you a Wookiee question, though.
Mm.
A few Wookiee questions. Do you think it would, do you think it would have the same bite pressure as a gorilla? Which is about 1,300 PSI. Don't ask why I have that right off the back of my hand.
Didn't you Google that?
Shh. It was a conversation I was having at home literally before coming here.
Maybe more. But
That's
their
what I was
mouths aren't as big though. They have small mouths.
That's what I was thinking. They have a
So-
smaller mouth, so would it be more comparable to a chimpanzee or a gorilla or somewhere between the two?
I mean,
like
it's
a
definitely
banana.
stronger than
Oh, yeah,
humans.
it's definitely stronger than a human. And they've also got like the little fangs on like top and bottom.
Right.
So and I'm assuming it's got to be similar to a gorilla because gorillas have those to like tear through.
Can you not just look up bite force of Wookiee?
I don't think I'm going to get a consistent answer on that one. I believe
It's like
it.
it's on like Disney's website.
It's probably on Wikipedia.
Isn't Wikipedia fan driven though?
It is, but they still take in information that's given through other sources, just like Wikipedia itself.
Hmm.
But it had to change so fast. I can't even imagine the guys that ran that in 2012 when Disney bought it and said, everything in Legends is gone. And they were all like, all that work for nothing.
Well, no, they kept it on there. They just
Oh, yeah, they kept it
made,
on
made
there.
the tabs.
They made it Legends out of canon. What do you got? Bite force of a Wookiee. You got anything
I
on
don't think I'm gonna get anything.
Like I said, a gorilla is 1,300 PSI. I don't know what a chimpanzee's is off the back of my hand.
I know alligators is like 1,900, and the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom.
I thought the hippopotamus had the
No.
strongest bite force.
They're on par with. They have 1,300 psi as well.
They have to have way more than that. Dude, it's a hippopotamus. It has a bigger jaw muscle.
Hippopotamus.
It has a bigger jaw
No, it
muscle.
says it's the same as a brown bear.
That I'd believe.
It's the same as a brown bear.
But we had a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of shows, a bunch of leaks coming out, and we got to see 2 images that were leaked of the Mando teaser that they played for everybody in the big hall. And it was Mando walking with Grogu in his arm down this big Mandalorian hallway to Bo-Katan, who's sitting on this large concrete throne. I might have sent that to you guys on Instagram. I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing that we really had from Mando besides a panel where they were like, yep, the next
doing
season's definitely coming.
Yeah.
And February of 23 is when we can expect that to come out. I actually went through and wrote down some of the dates just so that way I could remember it in case. Some of them I couldn't find dates for.
Yeah.
Like, we know that Ahsoka's coming sometime in 2023.
And Hera is going to be in it.
Yep, Hera, Jason,
Dope.
Ezra, Sabine, Chopper is coming back.
Ezra's going to be in there?
Yep, and we also get Hu Yang.
So who's playing Ezra?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We actually don't know who's playing Hera yet.
We just saw her tail.
Right, we only saw the back of her head. In that teaser, we also didn't see. We did not get to see
dude,
Sabine
what if-
or Chopper or anything like that.
Oh
Well,
my
Sabine,
God, I just
no,
had an
Chopper
idea.
came up to the stage.
Did he?
Yeah.
What if-
Chopper came up to the stage. Like the
Well, you
robot
know
one.
Kanan's son is most likely going to be Force sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
Believably.
So
Oh,
what
yeah.
if Ahsoka's like been training him up a little bit?
That's what I'm saying. His name is Jason, spelled Jacen.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad reading that.
Isn't Jason Solo spelled a little differently, too?
I'm sure it is. That doesn't mean it doesn't make me annoyed just because they were like, we need it to look different. Space spelling.
Sabine, you said too?
Yes, Sabine will be in the show. The
That's
only
dope.
person from Rebels
What
who's
if we
not
say-
like
well-
a dead character that's not coming back is Zeb.
Why isn't Zeb coming back?
I don't know. No one said.
Well, we have
Actually,
never
we don't.
seen a live action Lasat,
That's true.
and we've only seen 2 in.
Well, we've seen more than 2. Because
Well,
there was
yeah.
3 other ones on Rebels.
Yeah, we've only seen 5.
Yeah.
We've seen
5
5 Lasats
ever.
out of a whole planet
That also migrated.
because the Empire just destroyed them.
They migrated to a new planet.
Yeah.
I mean,
To like a
a
mythical
Lasat
god
might
planet.
be very... A Lasat would be very hard to animate.
I mean,
and-
it worked in Jedi Fallen Order, so I imagine they could do it in like
I
a-
really
a
liked
show
how
standard.
his master was a Lasat.
Right, and I thought he looked really good
Really good.
in comparison to like looking at Zeb from like Rebels, and it's like I don't think this could ever really go outside of this art style. And then I was like, well,
We also got Fallen Order 2.
yeah, that
Jedi-
was on my list. Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
We got a small teaser for that.
It almost
supposedly-
looked live action. I was like, are they not going to make a game? They're going to make a show? But then I looked at it closer and I was like, oh, wait.
It's game graphics.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming out in the next year. We don't actually know when. I believe fall was what
Of
I
this year?
heard. No, 23.
Oh, okay.
But it will be only on the next consoles. It will only be on like PS5 and whatever the current Xbox is.
Dude,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
tired of them releasing games for both.
Why?
Because they've never done that, ever.
Well, we're
No, that's
kind
also
of in
not
a
true. They've been doing that
global-
for like as
Yeah,
long.
No,
as
think
the
about it. Like
360's been
when
around. Gary.
when the 360 came out, they stopped making games for Xbox.
The last
Yeah,
When
PlayStation
Xbox
2
One
game
came out, they stopped making games for 360.
The last
and when the
PlayStation
Xbox
2
One
game,
came,
the last PlayStation 2 game to come out came out like 2019. It was a FIFA game.
this is a pretty normal thing, at least for the past 15 years.
I just think it's because it was delayed from COVID. And
No,
they were like,
no.
Well,
and they were like, okay, we have to release every game. Like, because you know,
No, they were
back
doing
in
that for
back
the
when Xbox
One.
One came out, Call of Duty was not released on 360. The
Yep.
one that was released with Xbox One.
The very first few of those games were the first one that wasn't on the 360.
You couldn't play Battlefield 1 on Xbox 360
Yeah, not Battlefield 1. However,
because that was the first Battlefield game to come out on Xbox One.
right, and that one they were trying to assure that hey, this one will be exclusive.
What was the
that
first
was part
Call
of
of
the
Duty
brand
game to
deal.
come out on Xbox One?
Not World War II. Let's put it that way.
Ghost.
I think no way. I think it was World War
No.
II.
It was Ghosts. Ghost was ported for Xbox One. It was made for the 360, and there was a port for the Xbox One, but it was not popular at all. And then the other games.
Well, because
until you
Ghost
get-
just wasn't popular.
even though it's not that bad of a game.
But I think World War II was the first like.
That was the first Call of Duty that was. This is only for the Xbox One.
But there was
Star Wars.
No, I'm dedicated to this now because this has been a normal thing for 15 years.
I don't think so.
It's been extremely normal for 15 years. They keep making Wii games until like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like Just Dance came out on the Wii
This has been normal for a while.
recently.
I don't think so.
It's extremely normal.
Like, because everything, like, I've always noticed that once the new console comes out, they just stop making games for the previous one because they want you to buy the new one.
They stop advertising for it. A lot of those games, they are still made so that way it's backwards compatible, at least for a short term. It's been happening longer because of the COVID delay, because it's really hard to get a lot of these consoles right now. That's why they've been out for so long, but yet there's still games being made for PS4.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it still has always happened for at least the past 15 years. However, it's taking longer to phase out.
Therefore, they are
and
advertising.
it's not fair for people who have it because
how is it not?
They're paying $70 for a game because they're getting they're paying 10 extra bucks to get the backwards one too. Because it's like you can't just buy the PS5 one. You have to buy both or just the PS4 one.
That doesn't sound unfair to me.
Why is that not unfair?
Because that was the guarantee.
You're gonna make me buy 2 copies of the game
for $10 extra. Yeah, that's still not bad.
I don't even have a PS4. Why do I need that?
I'm not complaining about it.
Because you don't have it and you don't have to deal with that problem.
Because that's dumb to complain about that. There is bigger problems. I would much rather
not for the just gaming. I'm not saying it's a big problem in the world. I'm saying it's annoying for gaming.
About gaming. That's not even that big of an annoyance because that was the retail price that people talked about those games from the beginning. That everyone was like, "Oh, next gen games are going to be $70."
Yeah, and then they were like,
$60.
All right, guys, we hear you guys complaining, so we're gonna.
No one ever said that. I don't remember that at all.
I remember that because everyone was like, "This is bullcrap."
Oh, Demon Souls
games have been
that's
$60.
$70.
My whole games have been $60 forever.
That's also a lie.
I mean, since 360 they have been.
I remember them being cheaper at one point.
I remember getting like Black Ops 1 and
I remember
for like
seeing that brand new for
$60.
$50 when it was new.
I got it for $60.
Because I always remember it being $10 more for like the past 3 console generations. You gonna weigh in on this, Switzerland?
Nah, this is your guys.
Then you don't get to contribute anything to the
conversation.
conversation.
I could give a fuck.
Because this has been normal for a long time, and I don't see the problem with $70. Well, I see a problem with $70, but it's because it's $70 and it shouldn't even be that in the first place.
I think it's stupid to make me have to buy 2 copies of the game.
You aren't buying 2 copies of the game.
Yes, I am. I'm buying it for
games.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I had to do it. Elden Ring. I had to do it.
Bullcrap. You had to do that.
It's giving it to you for free. It's included with the shit. It's included. It's for free. The game is gonna be $70 freaking regardless, dude. It's included.
I don't think so.
That's been the entire thing. Was that PS5 games will cost $70.
Yeah.
All right. We also got images of Bad Batch Season 2. We got a full trailer, and it looks like they're going to be a bunch of planets. Some of them we haven't been able to identify yet. It looks like they'll be going to Kashyyyk, as well as possibly Glee and Slum. That's the home Fisto, the home of Kid Fisto, because there's that big planet that we see in the trailer with all the crabs and stuff, and what's her nuts? Omega is doing like actual important things and shooting crabs and putting holes in them and murdering things.
Omega.
And helping people and not getting kidnapped by Cad Bane.
She doesn't have the aging modifier.
No, yeah,
she's like Boba. She's like Boba.
Yeah. She's going to age at a normal pace that we assume at least.
Right. That'd be cool to see her like come around in some of these shows.
Right, because on one hand it's like, well, she's going to age like a normal human being as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
She's going to have all this experience with all these people. It's like you've already made an interesting
watch
character.
all these clone friends that she has die.
Well, yeah.
Well, because probably 1, they're gonna die because they're gonna get killed, or 2, they're gonna just die of old age.
Yeah, one way or another, they're dying.
Like
real fast.
To be honest, Rex lasted a hell of a long time.
He was also Rex was special.
He was at the Battle of Geonosis. He was a first gen.
Yeah. So like he lasted.
And those clones, they'll still last that long, but that's if they live, the Rex life.
Yeah.
Which we can assume the Bad Batch will.
Yeah.
Until they get shot.
Until they get shot.
Or like Gregor until he got.
Why don't that'd be cool to see Rex
Wolf or whoever.
Rex Wolf and Gregor in Bad Batch.
I was gonna say it'd be nice to see the other 2. For a second, I thought you were gonna say Ahsoka, and I was like, well, one of them died in Rebels. And we know Rex makes it at least that far because they've gone back.
There was 3.
Rex makes it to the end of Return of the Jedi.
That's what I was gonna say. They've gone back and said that this is Rex, which really upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
They were like, this character has a name. He's had a name for 30 years. And it's like, well, maybe he shouldn't look like Captain Rex.
Right.
It's like, he had a figure of him made in 1987, and it had this name. And it was,
this is just like
this
the Star Wars
Rex.
community.
He was made in 2008, and he's cooler.
I just love how freaking Star Wars community will latch on to a background character, and The six.
It's right.
Like that's how we got that
like
one
the
Jedi.
Dude with the death sticks.
Literally, Wilro Hood.
Wilro Hood.
Some dude in a jumpsuit with an ice cream maker.
I forget
that
that Jedi's name who fell in love with Ventress.
Quinlan Voss.
Yeah, that's how we got him.
People were like, "Hey, who's he? He looks cool. He's got a yellow stripe across his face."
He's a
wanna know
lightsaber,
more.
and then he's gonna be bad.
But Wilro Hood, yeah, that's a thing. It's Celebration. There's a bunch of people that come in, like 100 people at least, maybe more, 150, and it's called the Running of the Hoods. It is a bunch of people dressed in orange, holding ice cream makers from the 80s, walking at a parade through the convention.
That's silly.
Oh, it's extremely. But it's mildly hilarious, and I love their energy that they've got going for them. It's like,
How have I never heard of this?
you've never heard of this.
I've never heard of the Wilro Hood.
Wilro Hood.
No.
Really?
No.
He wears an orange jumpsuit, same as the flight suits, but without all the white parts.
Yeah.
And he is running through the background in one scene, holding an ice cream maker.
Really?
And the ice cream maker, that's the whole reason that the metal, like the Beskar stuff in Mandalorian, is kept in an ice cream maker. It's supposed to be some kind of storage container. So they went back, said that this is what this is. That ice cream maker, it's actually some kind of storage unit. We don't know what's in Wilro Hoods, but that's what the storage container
It's
is.
just Beskar.
Yeah, he's just carrying around Beskar.
That's cool.
But that's the whole reason on why that's
Wait,
an ice cream maker.
What movie?
Oh, God. Was it Empire? It's one of the originals, obviously. It's now hurting me because in my head it's just like, oh, yeah, there he is. And it's like, wait a minute.
What? Like,
Yeah, just go ahead.
What's the setting?
That's the thing. I remember it being a hangar. Like,
oh.
that helps so much.
That helps so much.
Right. Just look up Wilro Hood and scene. It should pop up. I mean. Because
He's in
There it
Skywalker
is.
Saga.
it was Bespin. It's not even.
Wait, he's in Skywalker Saga? Oh, wait, no, not Skywalker.
Yeah, this is at.
I thought
yeah.
you said.
So it is
I thought
Empire.
it was. Yeah.
For
I
some
thought it
reason,
was,
thought like I heard Skywalker Saga and thought Rise of Skywalker. I was like, wait,
Oh, here
what?
it is. Wilro Hood.
Yep. There's a few guys right there. Right there. See all those people dressed as Wilro.
Oh
Hood.
my God!
It's
what
a bunch
the
of
heck?
people all dressed as Wilro Hood.
That is fantastic.
It is a thing that people have been doing for years.
This is silly.
There's one literally dressed
This is
as an ice cream maker
this one's
carrying
dressed
a
as-
Wilro Hood.
This one's
I'm putting a
dr-
picture up of Wilro Hood. This
guy is dressed up as an ice cream maker and carrying a little doll of Wilro Hood.
That is fantastic.
It's just a thing that it's been for a long time. Every Star Wars character had a background story at one point. Just
Fan-made
because-
background story.
Yeah, fan-made or canon.
Yeah.
Because, well, that is fan-made at that point because the way Star Wars used to work, it was like, if you have a story and we publish it, it's canon.
It's canon. Yeah. I mean,
If we like it, boom.
and then Disney
you're
came
in.
along.
It was like, oh, were you guys having fun? No. Go home.
That cop parody.
Touch grass.
Not canon.
Yeah, that was canon.
Really?
Because of the way that they had their stuff. That, like, if you make something, it's kind of like the Robert Howard estate. If you make a story about Conan that fits into the right parameters of everything that's existed before, it is canon. That's how Star Wars used to kind of function. That, like, if you accepted it as canon, it was simply canon. Also why Plo Koon's lightsaber was such a huge discussion of, what color is it?
Orange or blue, yeah.
Because this was blue, these people liked it as blue, these people liked it as orange, and in this it was orange, so everybody was like, well, he's got two.
Yeah.
Like Ayla Secura.
Everyone's, but like Kit Fisto's lightsaber though, it's just green, but like it's like waterproof and can ignite underwater.
All lightsabers. Can't they ignite underwater? Didn't they do
A
that?
lot of
Obi-Wan and
them.
Can't they do that?
No.
I thought they did. in
Because that was
underwater
what
arc
made
on
Kit
Clone Wars.
Fisto's lightsaber special, is that he designed it, or he was the first one to design it to be able to ignite underwater, because his home planet is basically
underwater.
Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Because I thought all lightsabers worked underwater because they burn at such an intense heat that's like insane that it just simply worked.
Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, it's
'Cause I don't
It's
remember.
Star
That's
that's
Wars.
an
part of the problem.
electronic. It's like
I mean, it's electronic, but you think that far in the future,
They'd have some like.
they'd be able to just
it's a
be
long
like,
time
I mean,
ago.
our
Wyatt.
phone,
it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It's a long time ago.
They have six-legged walkers that are magnetic. They walk on ships
It's a
in
long
space.
time ago.
There's a little.
There
Green,
is
there's a little
space.
green space elf that flies around in a little hovercraft.
And does
Silent.
backflips
And does
fighting another old
backflips.
person.
Exactly.
Fighting another old person.
2 octogenarians fight each other in a hallway.
What's the show? Talk about the show with Qui-Gon and Dooku.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, there you go.
We brought this up not that long ago, I believe on the May the 4th episode, and it was leaked that there was a new show called Tales of the Jedi. We only knew that it was going to be an anthology series about, would you believe this?
Jedi.
Right? So weird. But now we have some first images. It sounds like they played a little teaser for a bunch of people that was mostly just a bunch of concept art.
Also, how are they gonna? Liam Neeson's in it. How are they gonna make old Liam Neeson sound young?
That was my first thought in looking at that. It's like it's gonna the episode that was highlighted and talked about in this little demonstration was an episode about young Qui-Gon Jinn with his master Count Dooku. And all the episodes are going to be an anthology series canon to the universe that are all animated about different Jedi that we got to see in the prequel series. And it sounds like there's going to be an episode about Ahsoka's homeworld, because it could possibly just be Shakti for all I know, because it showed just a bunch of people who had like, what are they called? Torgas? What are the species called?
I can't remember.
Ahsoka species?
Yeah.
I think it's Torga.
Torga?
Yeah.
It starts with a T.
Tortuga.
That's what I was trying. Like that's what I was trying to.
Toga
avoid,
party.
Because all I could remember was Tortuga, and it's like that is a location. And that's all I could remember was seeing like a few pictures like that, and it shows a bunch of them living it up, and there's a baby in a carrier, and people are like, Ahsoka.
Young Count Dooku looks dope.
Yeah, it's the Count Dooku with black hair.
I know, and like a blue lightsaber.
I didn't see the lightsaber picture.
Yeah, I saw the
lightsaber's
lightsaber
blue.
picture.
I also saw the young Qui-Gon with a green lightsaber is all I remember seeing in the pictures.
I am Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm 15 years old.
I was going to say, yeah, imagine a 15-year-old Qui-Gon, and he still sounds like he's 73.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
I will find you.
And I will kill you.
But we're going to see so much of like all these
What if we
different
see
Jedis.
Obi-Wan as like a youngling? In
That's
that
what
show?
that's what I'm kind of hoping for, is that we would see one of Obi-Wan's first adventures or
Yeah.
something like that. Or Mace Windu when he was training a Padawan, or when he was
He only
a
has
Padawan.
one Padawan. He only had one Padawan, which was
I hold my point. Wouldn't you want to see it?
Kanan's master, which I forget her name.
I don't remember it either. But wouldn't you want to see it?
Yeah.
Let's see it. I want to see it. Probably an episode about her, maybe, and Kanan. That's more than just the Bad Batch and her dying.
Yeah. Sad.
It'd be cool to see it.
There's another Jedi.
Story
Pinhead.
about Yoda. Pinhead? Oh.
Pinhead.
If
Who you
you
calling
didn't say
Pinhead?
Pinhead, I knew his name. Why did you do that? Kiadi Mundi.
Yes.
Who
you calling
I
Pinhead?
latched on to Pinhead for like a solid 5 seconds of just like,
What if we get a Yaddle episode? That'd be dope.
that's
What
what,
if
I'm
we
saying.
get a Yarl Poof out episode?
I like all the fan theories. It's like Yoda and Yaddle got down with this
I
sickness.
was going to say, when Yoda, 50 years ago,
Yoda and Yaddle got a little frisky.
Yoda got busy and left.
Bounce, dog. He said, that ain't mine.
Remember, it just says you can't have physical attachments.
How long
Doesn't
do you
mean
think
you
that
can't
species...
have
This is going
a
to sound...
child.
may sound weird, but like, how long do you think that species is pregnant for?
Or do they lay eggs?
Or do they lay eggs?
Because honestly, that would make sense.
Egg.
It would make sense in a weird way.
X.
Like, being pregnant for Lord knows how long would be awful. But imagine if you just had an egg laying around for like a few years.
You draw a smiley face on it.
Or
Yeah,
we could have
literally.
a
I mean,
we could have a Plo Koon episode.
I can only assume there will be a Plo Koon
Because
episode.
like Plo Koon
that's
is
Dave
like everyone's like
Filoni's-
Wait, we could have an
favorite.
episode where Plo Koon gets Ahsoka.
That's what a lot of people are thinking the episode will be. However, we know that he meets her when she's like a toddler.
right.
Because we see that scene in the Clone Wars.
Plo Koon.
Yeah.
family.
That's what I'm saying. We see it in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking it's going to be a bunch of
What
stuff
if we
we've
get,
never seen before.
Kit Fisto and his apprentice that died to Grievous.
That would be a good one to see, like how they met, how he
Yeah.
got that apprentice, instead of just, him dying.
Hey, old master, how are you? 15 minutes later, God.
It's just like that was when he met him. They weren't even
Yeah.
master and apprentice that long.
No, that he just passed the Jedi trials in that episode.
Oh, legit? That was actually
Yeah, like
it?
that was like
Oh,
his
dang.
first
I thought-
assignment as a Jedi Knight.
Oh, that sucks. I thought they were longer together than that. It's been forever since I've watched it.
Yeah, that was like his first Jedi Knight assignment.
I was gonna say, here you go, son, your first assignment.
Dies
Oh,
to
you
Grievous.
crash landed. What planet are we on? I don't know. It's like, hey, what's that funny castle?
What if we get like a
Oh,
what if we I mean I know he's not a Jedi, but like what if we get like a Grievous like getting like rejected from the Jedi Order?
well, I mean, he wasn't a Force user.
I know, but like he gets rejected from the Jedi Order and he's like, well, guess what, guys? I'm gonna cybernate myself.
No, didn't his
and-
body get destroyed during a war?
Yeah. Okay. So in Legends, Grievous He was like his planet was
I
constant.
thought he
war
just
based thing.
genetically modified himself enough to where he could compete with Jedi,
Oh no, not exactly.
like in canon.
He was like a feared. Actually, I don't know what the canon is anymore. I know on his planet, Count Dooku's the one that did it to him, if I'm not mistaken, or Count Dooku sent someone to do it. And he used to just be like a normal species. Like that mask was an entire thing that everyone in his species wore when they were like a war hero. And he was like the best of the best. And he tried fighting off all these people. And finally, someone did something, and they RoboCopped him.
Yeah.
They like shot him up, destroyed him, blew him up, and then on the backsides, Dooku was like, "Hey, do something with that."
Well, I know
Dooku also hates cybernetics,
right,
and he hates Anakin for it. He hates that Anakin
He's the
has
one
a
who
robot hand.
made him.
Right. He says, "I did this to you, and it would be more respectful if you just used one hand." He hates cybernetics, and it's so bizarre to me.
But I thought the whole thing was that Grievous was obsessed with the Jedi, and it was like his dream to be one. And then like he was like, "Hey, can I be Jedi?" And they're like, "No, you suck. Go away." And then he got really vengeful towards Jedi, and that's what caused him to want to kill Jedi.
Honestly, that could be the new canon. I would
Fainted Dixon to Michael X.
Because I don't even know if they've given like a canon origin to him recently. So that honestly might be it, and I just don't know nothing.
All right. So how far are we in?
We have 48 minutes.
48 minutes left.
No, we're at 48 minutes.
We're at 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say. I was like, so we have like
Visions 2 was announced.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Vision Season 2 is coming. Actually, I believe this year. No, that was 23.
Your
I had that written
lightsaber
down.
color is red.
It's going to be spring of 23, so that's going to be relatively fast.
Oh yeah.
It'll be after Mando.
I forgot to mention. We saw freaking Gungi in the Bad Batch
Yes.
trailer.
We can only assume that the other Padawans are also back, or if maybe it was just Gungi.
That would be sad.
Isn't that the Wookiee
I mean, it
one?
would make sense. Yes,
Okay.
because
just
he's the
making
best
sure.
one.
Yeah, he is the
No one can change my mind.
Gungi
he's
is
the best one.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Wookiee Jedi. That's rare.
I was gonna say the kid that they like focused on a lot. Like, what was his name? It starts with a P.
Pruitt.
He looks like he's Italian, but he's in space.
Pruitt.
Pietro.
P.
Pedro. Something. It starts with a P.
Pedro Pascal.
The human boy apprentice kid.
Yeah.
Boy.
And he was like,
Boy.
I'm gonna challenge Master Obi-Wan to a lightsaber fight, and I'll defeat Count Dooku. And it's like, your hubris will be yeah. Your hubris will be your downfall.
3 years later, Anakin with a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's what I want. I did not like that kid. And he was the one, that Hu Yang was telling him, it's like, hey, you can't build your lightsaber like that. It's going to explode. He was like, it's fine. It won't explode. And Hu Yang's like, no. You need to hear me out, man. It's going to explode.
And it exploded.
And then it exploded.
Dude, in like 30 years, bro, they used these little crystals to blow up planets.
I mean, they did that 20 years after that. That's what the Death Star is.
Yo, that's why
I thought you were talking about like Starkiller Base.
No, I
And
was talking about the Death Star.
Also, I remembered something. Because I said something earlier about Ilum being the only place to get crystals. I'm just stupid. That's the
Lothal
entire
had
reason they were
crystals?
on. Were they on the fall?
Or there was at least one, because that's where Ezra got his crystal.
in the temple.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
Well, and there was one at
Jeddah.
Cal went to a Jedi temple.
That
crystals.
was on Ilum.
Oh, it was.
Jeddah. Yeah.
Jeddah, though. That was another place that you could get crystals from. And I completely forgot about
And
that.
then they destroyed it.
Have you heard like the
they
theories
destroyed it
for,
partially, though.
Have you heard the theories for
Because the laser wasn't charged up all the way.
Did I talk about this on the podcast, or did I talk about it in like private with you guys? The theory for the Ahsoka series and like why she's trying to find Ezra.
You might have talked about it on the May the 4th episode, but
the
let's milk this baby and say it again.
The theory that she's getting Ezra back just so that
So
she
he
can
could
get
use
to
the bridge.
the bridge to stop
So,
Anakin from
being Darth Vader. Yeah.
to pull Anakin out of the meeting room with Palpatine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I think would be fun to see, but it would change the trajectory of like what
Of
they did
the
with
entire.
Oh, I was
universe.
gonna say what they did with her on
Mando.
and she's like, "Where's Thrawn?"
Oh yeah.
Because honestly, if you find Thrawn,
But isn't
you
Ahsoka
probably
gonna take
find
place
Ezra.
after?
It's going to take around contemporary time with Mando.
Okay. I just want Ezra back. Ezra's dope.
Yeah, I liked Ezra. There was a lot of people. I mean, at first he was kind of rough on the edges, but he really grew into being a character that's actually likable.
I like.
Ahsoka.
People like to say that about Ahsoka, that like, oh, at first no one liked her, but she grew into a character that everyone loved. I think Ezra's very similar. Except for Kanan. I loved Kanan from the beginning for some reason.
Yeah, I did too.
I still need to buy a version of his lightsaber.
That like can disconnect and stuff.
I mean, not even the disconnecting part. I just like the little tray piece that he has that looks like the Ralph McQuarrie artwork. Because I'm a sucker for that. That reminded me of something.
Well, and it's funny how they were like, like when they made him blind, and he like really found his true potential with that.
Right, and it's like, so
because some giant lizard monster was like, "You don't need your sight to see, idiot.
He was like,
just see. It's not hard."
That's what he did. It's like, just start seeing.
Like, it's really not hard.
And
just
then,
do it.
Like, then at the
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
And then he got his sight back when he died, and got to see his friends one last time.
Really sad in like a way I didn't expect.
I was like, why am I crying?
It's like I was expecting him to die, but here you are making it sad.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I crying?
It's like I was like, man,
why is Zeb not gonna come back? That's sad. Zeb
he's the one that just wasn't reported yet, so that means he could still be there. I just know that these characters
because I kind of like to think that like
show.
Zeb and kind of stuck around with Hera. Or did they like give him like a thing at the end? I don't remember.
I don't remember. At the end of the show, I know everyone got their own ending, but he was the only one I don't remember the ending.
I think he and what's his nuts with the beard flew off into the sun, into the like hyperspace.
Oh, to go to the Lasat planet where everyone ended up.
That's
okay.
Right.
That would make sense.
Well, and see, I want to know what happened with Sabine and the Darksaber. Like, how did Moff Gideon get that crap?
Because she handed it over to Bo-Katan, and they hinted that in Mando. That no one respected, or they hinted at it in Boba.
No one respected, but yeah.
No one respected Bo-Katan because it was handed
over.
No,
that was in Mando. That was Mando because
he hands it over, but it was in the Book of Boba Fett that there's the episode with the armor, and she's like, "Ah, yes, Bo-Katan."
I thought that was in Mando when Boba shows up with Mando, and she's like, "You're not even a real Mandalorian. You're just a clone." And he's like, "That's why no one respects you, bitch." Like
that was part of it, but the armor gives Mando the whole down low on like what happened, like with the saber at least.
I'll never forget when Mando meets Bo-Katan and her little posse, and he's like, oh, "Wow, other Mandalorians, I haven't seen him in like a year."
Yeah, and then
they're just like, and he's like,
I like to think he just starts screaming. It's like they take off their helmet. And he's like,
it's like I just imagine the scream from the "King shaming is my king," like full on just screaming her heart out. Anything else that you got in your magic notebook of magicness?
Cut that out.
No, it's like keeping in.
Let's see. I've got Bad Batch, Visions. Walt Disney World's getting a new rework for their power and strength build for their lightsaber.
Yeah, you sent this.
The Sith lightsaber.
So that's gonna replace the power and strength that they have, or that's just gonna add on.
I think it's either they try to like. Sounded like they're like more parts.
It looks better than every other power and strength thing that they have.
Right. That's why I think it's a replacement.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was gonna go with when we go. I was gonna do the nature one.
That's what I was wanting to do too, because I really want the Rancor 2 thing. Mm-hmm. But looking at this,
I don't want the Rancor 2. I just want the bone one, like it's like the middle part.
Oh, the middle part. I want the tooth at the bottom.
Yeah,
that's what
I don't
really
care about
wanted.
that.
I love that because I'm a sucker for giant monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But with this new one, it tugs at my
little
you
can always
heartstrings.
buy that part.
That's true
because they have that part outside of Savi's workshop where you can
just
buy
wouldn't
singular
match
parts.
anything.
Right.
Although I could just set it on my shelf.
You could paint the brown piece at the end black, so you just have a black. You have like a black piece
Etsy's
with a tooth.
A thing.
What's Etsy gonna do in this case?
I mean,
custom parts.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we were talking about the Rancor tooth. And I was like, what are we doing here? Someone know? You know something I don't?
No. Yeah.
Someone selling Rancor teeth?
I sent your brother a meme. What's up, Logan? I sent your brother a meme, and he was like, "Gary, shut up. This is why your teeth are blue."
Yeah, no, I don't get the. I still get the teeth thing.
I'm like, I thought my teeth were green. He's like, "No, Connor's are green.
Fair enough.
And Wyatt's are red."
Red?
He's like, "Your teeth are the color of your lightsabers."
God bless it.
I'm like, "Oh my God, Logan."
Wait a minute. All right. I have a white lightsaber too. Okay.
You have candy cane teeth.
That would be kind of fun for a little bit. Like 6'9", but candy cane. I'm gonna release an album, but I'm dressed like Santa, but it's also like 6'9" at the same time.
Little Santa.
Let's see. That was the biggest thing on that. To me, those remind me of Starkiller, like the one that has the prongs on the top near the blade, the emitter. So it's like, well, I'm about to get a purple lightsaber with some spikes on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a sucker. Then we also had Skeleton Crew with John Watts as a producer-director type figure. Not sure what he's doing. We don't even know what the show is about.
Fits.
It's going to be a really big shoe.
Have we gotten anything on the next 3 movies that they're going to do?
We know that Taika Waititi's is the next movie. And we know that it's going to start filming supposedly.
So is this going to be
soon.
It's a comedy Star Wars movie?
I'm hoping it's like that last episode of the first season of Mandalorian, because that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That Stormtrooper interactions, that it's just, I loved it.
This is how the Star Wars and the Marvel universe connect. It just, Korg walks up, he's like, hello, my name's Korg. I like that little lightsaber, the little light sword you have.
So there was a lot of people that watched those Stormtrooper parts, and they were like, this isn't Star Wars, they're not taking serious enough. And it's like, who asked you?
Who asked?
Because this is wonderful. Because the part that's serious is that droid just ripping ass.
Yeah.
Coming in, literally grabbing people. Yeah,
I'd have been
basically
like,
knife hand running.
like, have you seen the Clone Wars?
It's like, do you remember
those
the Clone
droids
Wars
are
movie?
the most badass.
Oh my God, I
droids.
love IG units.
The only droid I like more is K2SO's, like Imperial
security droids.
Security droids.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a huge.
But I think I just am impartial to those because of how much I love K2SO, because he's awesome.
But monsters and robots, I probably love them so much because of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
But how can you not? Because Rancors are awesome, Wampas are awesome, K2's awesome, R2's awesome, C-3PO's okay.
C-3PO's okay.
Chopper
shoots people.
Yeah, I still love C-3PO. I want to put that out there. It's just really fun to make fun of C-3PO, especially because Anthony Daniels is a jerk. He made fun of Kenny Baker. You don't mess with R2. You don't do that. It's because when they replaced Kenny Baker after he died, he became all friends with him too. And it's like, you suck. I hope you burn, Anthony.
He's like, how old is that man?
Oh, he's old. He's also really crotchety about his role as C-3PO.
I know, like he
I am the only one.
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone else to play C-3PO.
That's why when someone else voices C-3PO, it's like really funny. Because it's like, I get it to a certain extent because it's like, that is his thing.
Right.
He's C-3PO. I don't know anything else he's done.
It's the only thing that makes him money.
Right. But on the other hand, it's like, you could be nicer about it. Because how many other people have just been in Star Wars and that's like their thing? They make money off of that.
Yeah.
What's his face? Oh, I'm really embarrassed. I forgot his name.
What's his nuts?
Oh man,
I'm
embarrassed.
saying that.
Character?
Chewbacca.
Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew, like him.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
and he loved it to a certain extent.
And
I'm
ran
sure
you
they
over.
Still had him. Yeah, he almost ran me over.
But then, whenever the new guy came in to do a lot of the stunt work, you welcomed him with open arms.
Right. He worked with him and even gave him the entire lowdown on how to be Chewbacca.
Yeah. He got short, a little 3 inches shorter too.
It's true. They had to give him platforms as Chewbacca just to be the same height.
I mean, he's not much short. I mean, he's 6'10". I mean, that's still freaking tall.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look out, 3 inches. He's still.
I'm still kind of butthurt about how tall that Chris Santon was at Comic-Con.
Oh, that he was like super tall.
He was like super. I'm like, bruh.
He's 6'7".
Yeah.
Calm down.
Dude, this is how tall.
Or at least the actor is 6'7".
Yeah. I don't think they gave him platforms though.
Oh no.
Because I mean,
but he'd still be like 6'8".
Yeah.
They probably raised the top of his head because Wookiees kind of have that. It's like, let's say 6'9". So if we dressed you up like Chris Santon, you'd be accurate.
Yeah.
Literally down to the bone.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is,
you want to be a Wookiee?
I was gonna say, how open are you to being?
I'm not gonna dress up as a Wookiee unless I have a really good looking costume.
I mean, that's fair.
Because I think if you don't have a good looking costume, you're gonna look silly.
My boy doesn't want to look like a mop.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
I don't want to look silly.
Like, I don't want to throw people under the bus. So I'll just say, like, in pictures, you'll see like a Chewbacca and it's like really weird looking.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want mine to be like.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do like a silly looking Wookiee, you should do like one of the ones from the Christmas special, like 45 years ago.
I don't know if I would be Chris Santon. Why don't I be my own Wookiee?
Do it. Be a Jedi.
Be a Jedi Wookiee. I could be what's his name all grown up.
Gungi.
I could be Gungi all grown up.
Gungi.
Well, see, because I really like how Wookiees they hide weapons within wood to make them look like not weapons.
They'll use like well, I don't even remember what they call it, like ironwood or
Ironwood.
some crap like that. And,
And,
then they also just have,
And I like how he made his lightsaber out of it.
and it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a
Yeah.
work of art and animation.
Man.
I love the concept of Wookiee Jedis because they're like, rare this is.
But they don't say that.
Yeah.
They say,
I mean, Wookiees don't say that, but like Hu Yang, that robot, he
Yeah.
was like, I'm sure your people must be proud. And Gungi's just like, the Wookiee equivalent of like, hell yeah!
right.
I'm a Jedi!
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note,
I was going to say, do you want me to say we got an Andor teaser?
oh, we did get an Andor teaser. Where did this come from? When was this announced?
Like a year ago.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was a while
Because,
ago.
like, that whole Vanity Fair thing of, like, they're, like, the Star Wars cover.
And then Cassian Andor's on it.
Yeah, I'm like, why is he there? He died.
But yeah, they announced it like a year
Yeah,
ago.
I've completely gone.
When they
on.
announced
Now,
a bunch of like
Starport,
Marvel
Star
stuff
Wars,
and a bunch of Star Wars
4.6.
shows coming, and they showed off a bunch of new merchandise coming, like the new robot from Kenobi. They're really hoping it to be the new Baby Yoda craze, essentially. Because they're like, look,
Which
cute
robot?
droid. Princess Leia's little robot that like fits in your hand.
Yeah, that's a toy. That's a toy marketing
It is,
scheme.
but I like it. It's a cute little robot.
Ladybug.
They showed off a bunch of new Hasbro lightsabers that cost way too much. Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, the new lady's lightsaber, which supposedly it's supposed to spin too. It's like I'm
All
not paying
Inquisitors are-
five-
All the Inquisitor
No, I mean
lights
like
spin.
the actual like Hasbro one,
Oh.
but it's like one of their super expensive,
You know what's the most scary
That'll
thing
break
ever?
whenever you hit something.
pretty much.
Is that when you just see two Inquisitors gliding at you with their lightsabers.
Oh yeah, like helicoptering through the air. It's like, you know what? I'm done.
You're right. Take me to Vader so he can kill me.
Although they can't really deflect it if they're doing that,
True.
so it'd be really easy to just bang.
Bang.
Like you need like one of those like Mandalorian slug throwers that just shoots a giant chunk of metal at him.
Mhm. Or the disintegration rifle.
Oh, that'd do it.
Yeah,
Dust, and you get to keep the lightsaber.
If they
Yeah.
tried, I mean, if they tried to deflect it, they'd.
I'm really
cut
hoping
off their
that-
head or cut off their leg.
Well, you know,
Exactly.
in the next Jedi Fallen Order game, Jedi Survivor game, that woman's gonna have a white lightsaber. Because when she had that Inquisitor lightsaber at the end of the first,
oh, that
I was like, oh,
she
she's
took
gonna
it?
cure those things because they want to give another character white lightsabers.
I'd believe it.
So I think, but like, I'm kind of hoping she like does the hilt up and makes it look more Jedi looking, but she still has like the spinning,
That'd be kind of fun.
like it's a spinning,
Like she took an Inquisitor's lightsaber and just made it her
just
own.
modeled it, and
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to have.
that's what I think. That's my idea. Well, I just know she's gonna have some white lightsabers because she like that just makes sense to me.
It would make sense that
Because
they
like
do
she
that.
was fighting with the red lightsabers, and it's like, oh, she's gonna reconnect with the Force, and she's gonna cure these red crystals because they're bleeding and they're sad and they're dying.
They're either gonna do something like they completely forget about the fact of her having a lightsaber or something like that, or they're gonna do that. Or at least I hope. Oh yeah, and there's also a Lego.
Well, because you took her blue lightsaber
right.
and you were like,
Boom.
detachable lightsaber.
Speaking of Fallen Order, we're also finally getting a
Lego.
Lego. I can't
Lego
talk.
Maego.
Yes.
A Lego BT.
Lego BD unit. He's going to be over $100, but he's like life size. So that kind of
That's my
together.
favorite droid.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's my favorite droid in all of Star Wars.
He does everything that R2 does.
but he has little legs and he does a cute little dance.
Yeah, he like dances.
All right, and on that note, we are out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Please make sure to like if you haven't already. Please make sure to subscribe already if you haven't already. There's a little bell icon next to the subscribe button. After you click it, you should click that too. It really helps us out. There's a secret word that Wyatt's going to give us right now.
Chopper.
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 Chopper will shoot you if you don't go down to the
He
comment
will
section.
find you.
Chopper
And-
will burst into your house, murder
on this
everyone
one
else.
wheel thing.
Yeah, he's going to go gliding forward on his one wheel. It's like Omni-Man flying.
And on the note of Chopper coming to find you, if you don't go down to the comment section and comment Chopper right now, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.